Good morning and welcome to Real Women, Real Issues. We have an election just around the corner and I want to help you all, including myself, get some understanding on what's going on. I have Barb Fuller from MIList PAC. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. First, explain exactly what the program is, MIList PAC.
MIList is short for Michigan List. It was formed 10 years ago. We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary early in June. We've supported over 100 women candidates running for office, and our win rate is about 63%. So
awesome.
We're building on that and enjoying doing what we're doing, promoting progressive women to state and local office.
Now, why is it important that you guys have this organization?
Women are underrepresented in the legislature. We only have 4 women in the state senate, 24 women in the state house. If we had women representing us in the legislature to the same percentage as we do in the population, it would be over half. So we need to increase our women senators by a factor of 5 and our women reps by at least a factor of 2. So that's what we're working towards.
Can you tell me some of the people you guys have represented or helped get into office in the past?
We have worked, as I said, for 10 years. We have worked to elect state representatives. Rashida Tlaib is one of the women that you might know very well. Deirdre Waterman, the first woman mayor, City of Pontiac, we worked with her in last year, actually. And many of the incumbents who support our issues, we've helped along the way. We've trained over 300 women in campaign training seminars, both candidates and staff. So what we're trying to do is a wraparound approach to train candidates, to train managers, and this year we actually had a finance director boot camp. So that when we ask a woman to run and she says yes, we can do more than say good luck, check in with us after the election. We can offer her some assistance.
Awesome, awesome. Is there anyone in particular that you're backing in this election?
Yes. At the federal level, we're backing Pam Burns, who is a candidate for Congress. There's a primary in the 14th district seat right now between Brenda Lawrence, a fabulous woman, and Rudy Hobbs, a current state representative. So we, because they're both good on our issues, we will probably wait until after August 5th to be actually involved in those races. And then of course Debbie Dingell is running for Congress in the 15th. So right now we have 2 women in the congressional delegation for Michigan. United States Senator Debbie Stabenow, that we supported back when she was a state senator. She's now in the U.S. Senate, and then of course Candace Miller, a Republican who's former Secretary of State, she's in Congress. So we'd like to bump that congressional delegation up a little bit in women's representation.
Now, do you feel that having this organization, you've helped in putting the word out and getting information on good candidates, people that represent what you guys are representing, and lots of people in this area?
Yes. What we do is promote our candidates through our website. We also have mailings that we help with. What we believe is that you give early money to a candidate to make her viable, and we try to go narrow and go deep. So what we do is select a very short list of candidates that we believe our money will make a difference in the race.
Make it hard.
We offer them all the exposure that we can in the activities that we promote, but we rely on making the candidates' campaign strong.
Now, how do we get involved with your program?
MIList is a program that, first of all, recruits women to run for state and local office, so I will ask you to be on the lookout. I will ask you to run for office, to consider running for office. One of the things that women often don't choose to run for office because no one asks them to run. We believe it takes more than an ask, but an ask is a first step. So I encourage every woman out there who has any issue that she thinks she knows how to do better at than the current officials in charge to take a look at running.
Thank you, Barb. We'll be right back with more information from Barb Fuller, but first we're going to find out what the juice of the week is. Thank you, Ardelle. Hi, I'm Regina Hunter-Coleman.
And I'm Sarita Hunter-Doss. Today I will be making cucumber, apple, and kale.
The cucumber apple kale is really good for a lot of things, and it's also a nice drink. You can use red apples or you can use green apples if you're diabetic and you don't want much sugar, but it's a really smooth tasting drink. When I drink it, it reminds me kind of a watermelon drink. It has like a melon flavor to it, but it's really good, it's really smooth, it's not too sweet, and it's not too bitter either. Somehow the watermelon and the cucumber combination gives it a really smooth taste. So the things that cucumbers are really good for, they're good for your skin, they hydrate you. Apples, you've heard the expression, an apple a day will keep the doctor away. Apples are loaded with nutrients, as well as the kale. Kale is also considered one of the superfoods. And you ready to start juicing? So you can go ahead.
I'm ready. The great thing about this juice is that you can kind of make it to your own taste as well. Once I put some of the kale in, then I'll put like the cucumber or the apple in behind it to help push it through a little bit. Your kale is also a source of protein, and it's also great for energy as well.
The nice thing about making these juices is that you can create your own combination. I have a lot of people come in and tell me they don't like the green leafy vegetables, they don't like spinach, they don't like cucumber, they don't like the taste. Always remember, you can always add something sweet, which will sort of smooth out the bitter taste of the vegetables, or some people call it the earthy taste. So you can make this taste however you want. Some people like more salt, they like less salt. Some people like it sweeter, some people like it more bitter. You can make it taste however you want just by simply adding more or less of whatever your preferences are.
Cheers to summer.
Very good. Very good.
Come join us at Jungle Juice Bar, and remember, your health is your wealth.
Try the juice of the week and much more at the Jungle Juice Bar. The Jungle Juice Bar is located on Charlevoix in Grosse Pointe Park.
We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table. When we sit down together, we share our expertise. You've got a legal problem, we know you need relief. Advice that you can trust, that's why people come to us. We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table.
We fix hearts, we fix heads, we do eyes and ears, noses and throats. In fact, more children come to Children's Hospital than any other hospital in the state. Stop the headaches, stop the pain, fix the tummies, the ankles, the toes, and fingers.
Emergency? When it's your child, don't settle for less. Trust the pediatric ER experts at the Children's Hospital of Michigan at the DMC. The ER at Children's Hospital.
Always there, just for them.
My friends, I want to introduce you to Samasco Financial. As attorneys, they worked hard to protect clients on a legal basis, only to watch many lose their money in the unpredictable and risky stock market. Samasco Financial has recognized the need for asset protection for our seniors and has introduced investment planning that will grow your nest egg without the risk of loss. To find out more about how Samasco Financial can protect your financial future, call 586-493-9989.
Real Women, Real Issues is brought to you by Mike's Fresh Market.
Welcome back to Real Women, Real Issues. I have Barb Fuller here today from MIList PAC. Thank you for coming again. You're welcome. I want you to explain to our audience and to myself, why is it so important to have the woman vote?
Women are 53% of the population that actually votes, and it's the most malleable part of the electorate. When you look at who you need to talk to, who you need to appeal to win, it's the women that make the critical difference and tip the scales. Okay. Women as candidates have a 4-point automatic advantage because of their gender in a race. So when you're looking at a tight race, a marginal seat, in the Metro Detroit area, you have very heavily Democratic seats. In other parts of the state, they're a little closer in terms of 50-50, 48, 52% seats. If you have a woman running, just by virtue of the fact that it is a female running, there's a 4-point advantage.
Well, that's a good start.
It's a very good start, and it's something that we can take to the bank, actually. Okay. Women have a great role to play. They care very much about issues that affect their loved ones, their families. What about equal pay for how they are compensated at work? What about paid sick days? What about family and medical leave? There are issues that really make a difference. A woman over her lifetime, I believe the number was $431,000 by the age of 65 because of the inequity in how women are compensated.
That's the difference?
Over a lifetime of work, you will have sacrificed almost $500,000 because you're a woman and you don't receive equal pay for a man who is doing the same thing. So we really, it's a battle worth fighting.
Absolutely.
For 77 cents on the dollar, that's the difference, just based on gender.
Usually women, like even when you have a single family home, typically the children are with the woman.
Yes.
So every penny, dollar that you make is, you know, we need it. It's desperately needed. But they still seem to tend to gravitate and give it toward the man because, you know.
It's a bias that's inherent in the system that seems to have to be legislated to make the difference. Yes, yes.
Now, are men involved in your PAC program?
Yes, yes. We have male donors as well as female donors. We also have a companion PAC to MIList, which is called My Good Guys. And that was formed because there was a legislator who cornered me in the halls of Lansing and said, but what about us? Don't you need us too? And I said, absolutely, we need the good guys as well. So we formed My Good Guys, and we have supported a number of men over the years as well.
So are they involved with your actual program? Do they go out and assist and help to get people elected?
Yes, absolutely. What we're looking for are people who are good on progressive issues that matter primarily to women, but you find that issues that matter to women
are different.
And they matter to everybody. I mean, I don't think men are bad on the environment. I think they care about stewardship and whether their kids get to swim in a clean lake or not as well. I also believe that they have a respect for women and their intellect, and we need them as allies in the legislature.
How long have you been involved in this program, for the duration?
I'm one of the co-founders. We founded MIList 10 years ago. My Good Guys was formed a little bit after that, a few years later. But it's one of those things that I really believe we need to reestablish the infrastructure in Michigan to promote and support women.
Now, are they in other states, or this is just a Michigan?
There are probably another 10, 12 groups like MIList. They're not called the same thing, but Michigan. Yes, there are PACs to promote progressive women in the same way. It mirrors MIList, which is a national group. It's the acronym. There isn't a woman named Emily. It's early money is like yeast. It makes the dough rise, is where the acronym comes from, but their method is the same. They promote women. They encourage people to give. They bundle checks, actually, and also collect hard dollars and then funnel it back out to candidates that they endorse.
Now, how are we looking in this election? Are we going to have a good turnout? Are we going to have a lot of the people that you're backing endorsed and put in office?
I believe we will. There seems to be momentum growing for women, first of all, stepping up to run. One of the things that women need to realize is that when they don't step up and they don't speak out, it appears as though they're perfectly happy with the way things are. And I think once women take a look at the political process, they will come to understand that they're at least as competent as many of the people who already hold office.
I want to thank you again, Barb, for being here with us. And I want to urge you, everyone, to go out and vote Tuesday, August the 5th.
Stress, depression, and severe mental illness can happen to anyone. Team Mental Health Services has been helping those struggling with these conditions in southeastern Michigan. Within 24 hours of reaching out to our team, members receive psychiatric evaluations and begin the necessary treatment for recovery.
Team is by far, from my estimation, a premier mental health service organization. We are addressing the basic needs and the mental health concerns of our consumers. We're able to provide 24-hour psychiatric care when needed.
Team Mental Health Services prides itself on going the extra mile for its members.
And it was towards the 6th court date. I finally stood up and said, I can handle this process the rest of the way. And it was all because of the motivation and encouragement I got from Team Mental Health staff.
Team Mental Health Services, because we care and you can.
Opportunity. It doesn't stare you in the face. It's not going to yell at you to come and get it. It doesn't knock. So what does opportunity look like? Not what you might think. You see, opportunity is not a right. It's definitely not equal. And it doesn't come with an instruction manual. That's because opportunity isn't found. It's molded, it's built, it's created. It's as much about grit as it is intellect. An explosive high-tech corridor located at the intersection of muscle and brains? You bet. Because opportunity only comes to those already in the game. What does opportunity look like? It looks like Detroit. Opportunity made in Detroit.
Welcome back to Real Women, Real Issues. I have Dr. Karen Gunn with me here today. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming. I know you've raised 2 wonderful children in Detroit, live in Detroit,
yes,
work in Detroit.
Yes.
Is Detroit coming back?
Detroit is coming back. Detroit is coming back primarily in the downtown area initially.
Right.
For those of us in the neighborhoods, that is a sore area with us. We want to see more in the neighborhoods. Slowly, very slowly, we're seeing progress in the neighborhoods, but a lot in the downtown area. So we're waiting for all that downtown growth to make its way to the neighborhoods. And for me, to small businesses as well.
Okay, and bringing up your business, you are a dentist.
Yes, I am.
Now, do you find that children in Detroit are coming more now, or since everything has gone on the downslide and a lot of people did not have insurance or may not have insurance now, they may not look to go to dental care, you know, may not be a primary thing. Do you see a difference in trend?
I do see a difference, especially as a result of the decline of the auto industry. That really hit dentists and physicians and everyone in the city. Right. So when that happened, a lot of people lost their dental insurance, or they had a decrease in the amount of insurance available. Right. So parents as well as the children did not or do not come as regularly as they should. Also with job loss. Dentistry is not primary, it's secondary. Of course, eating and taking care of your housing and clothing and all of that is definitely comes first. So it should be a preventive measure to go to the dentist regularly, but now it is secondary for a lot of people, unfortunately.
Now, what can we do? Are there some things that people can do to maintain if they cannot afford to come on a regular basis?
Definitely. Brushing daily, twice a day, and flossing. Everybody says, I brush, but I don't floss. So flossing is definitely important. Also, using a water pick. You can use a water pick, because if you can't get that floss in there, you can always squirt water with a water pick, and that is just as important as flossing, because it helps to get all the debris from between your teeth and around the gum line.
Right.
So that's very important. Eating healthy is important for dentistry as well. If you eat healthy, you don't have as much sugar on your teeth, therefore you don't have decay. Eating healthy is not just candy. It can be potato chips, nacho chips, because those are also carbohydrates which break down into sugar, and they get stuck in your teeth and you get a cavity.
If you don't floss.
If you don't floss and don't brush regularly, then you have a cavity.
And they're there. Can you give us any advice on babies? If you have a newborn child, I understand you should start dental care in the very beginning.
You should. Babies, a simple thing as using a washcloth designated for the mouth to just wipe out the baby's mouth.
Okay.
With small children, they don't need a lot of toothpaste because they'll swallow it. So just a toothbrush, a soft bristled toothbrush that's their size, so they can kind of play with it and get used to having it in their mouth. Maybe a little bit of toothpaste will be very helpful.
At what age do they start brushing?
They can start brushing as soon as they get teeth, if they like.
Okay.
Definitely by the age of 2, most children have all of their primary teeth or their baby teeth.
Right.
So they definitely need to brush them. But as soon as they get teeth, they can start playing with the toothbrush and they'll know the importance of brushing their teeth.
Is that when they start to come see a dentist, at 2?
At 2 is the perfect age to come see a dentist. They may not be emotionally ready yet, but they can come and sit on mommy and daddy's lap, or at least it's a familiar place to them, so they'll be comfortable.
Get comfortable and get adjusted and used to coming.
Yes.
So every 6 months, by the time they have their full set of teeth?
Every 6 months, twice a year for children and adults. Every 6 months is definitely time to come to your local dentist.
Then you're going to brush twice a day, do your dental floss, come see you every 6 months?
Yes.
And then they're going to have healthy, happy teeth?
Yes.
Oh, not eat sugar?
Eat healthy. Definitely eat healthy.
Eat healthy.
Yes.
Thank you again, Karen. And we'll be back after this, but first, we're going to have our skincare tip of the week from Dr. Shauna Diggs.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shauna Diggs with your skincare tip for the week. Today we're going to discuss moles and melanoma. So what are we looking for? We're looking for changes in the A, B, C, Ds of a mole. And sometimes people will include E. So what is A? A is asymmetry, or change in the shape of the mole, where one half starts to look differently than the other half. They're no longer mirror images. B is for border. So if the border of the mole starts to look really scalloped with really sharp or irregular or jagged edges, then you should come see your physician. C is for color. So most moles are brown or beige, but if they start to get very dark or look more black, or if your mole starts to get a black dot in the center or even a white area in the center, which means your body may be attacking the mole, you should come see your physician. D is for diameter. So once a mole gets very large, it should be evaluated. So moles over 6 millimeters in size, or the size of a pencil eraser, should be evaluated by your physician. And then the E that I said people sometimes include is for elevation. And usually I look at elevation that's on one side of the mole but not on the other. So moles that are elevated all throughout are oftentimes normal. Those are called intradermal nevi. But moles where one side is totally flat and the other side is raised are the kind that we do want to check. So how do you prevent melanoma? Make sure you wear your sunscreen, wear a protective hat, wear some long sleeve clothing if you know you're going to be in the sun for a long time. Most shirts are an SPF 4, so you want to put your sunscreen on and then your shirt on top. I'm Dr. Shauna Diggs, and this has been your skincare tip for the week.
To learn more about Cosmetic Derm and their revolutionary skincare products and services, please visit drshaunadiggs.com.
Mike's Fresh Market, Detroit's largest independent supermarket with the best prices, quality, and service. Enjoy our vast selection of fresh fruits and vegetables. Wide aisles lead you to our own in-house bakery and deli. Beef, pork, chicken, seafood, and much more. You can rest assured you will feed your family the freshest food in town. Whatever you need, you can find it here at Mike's Fresh Market. Mike's Fresh Market with 2 locations, Gratiot and 7 Mile and Livernois and 7 Mile. Better food, better prices. That's Mike's promise.
ETX Closed Captioning is sponsored by the Detroit Seafood Market.
Welcome back to Real Women, Real Issues. I have Dr. Gunn here. Thank you for coming again, Dr.
You're
Gunn.
welcome.
Please tell our audience, where's your office located?
My office is located at 19207 Schaefer. Okay. That's 1 block north of 7 Mile, right across from Greater Emmanuel Church.
Right, and the phone number?
Is 313-861-2100. So
you're going to get a flood of calls. Everyone's going to come in. But I do have a question. I know a lot of people may fear going to the dentist.
Yes.
What do you advise, or what does your office do if someone comes in and they need work done, but they are scared to death?
That's a lot of patients. So first of all, we like to treat our patients just like family.
Okay.
To ease some of that stress and ease some of that anxiety. We have music playing, so when you come in, it's a calm, jazz, relaxing atmosphere. We have televisions in the room for those patients that want the TV on.
Okay.
We offer nitrous oxide relaxing gas for those patients that need a little extra. And then, of course, I have my very gentle touch for everyone. So we really try to make patients feel at ease and just like they're coming to see a family member as opposed to going to the dentist.
It sounds wonderful.
Well, thank you.
Another, I know you may have been touched with this as far as people not having insurance with dental insurance. What do you do in that situation?
Well, people that don't have dental insurance, we offer a payment plan for them. It can be an internal office plan where they're able to pay as they go. We also offer care credit. It's like a medical or dental credit card where you pay us, care credit pays us and you pay care credit over a several month period of time.
Now, is this like a typical credit card?
It's a dental credit card or a medical credit card.
So you have to have good credit in order to apply and get this, and then you use it only for dental care.
Dental care or medical care. And for patients that don't have credit, we are just certainly willing to work with our patients to meet them wherever they are because we understand that these are very hard economic times for patients. And we really don't want their financial situation to prevent them from getting good dental care.
Because that's important. I mean, you can actually die from having infections in your teeth and not taking care of it.
You can. And certainly we don't want anyone to fall under those circumstances. So we're very willing to work with all of our patients to get the best dental care possible.
So it sounds like you enjoy your job.
I love my job.
How did you get into dental?
I got into dentistry as a child. 4th grade, someone walked up to me and smiled and had black holes in their front teeth, and I said, I want the job that fixes the black holes in the kids' front teeth. And when I found out there was a dentist, I said, okay, I want to be a dentist.
And have you seen that kid again?
I have never seen that kid again. I don't know who he was, but that was my inspiration, and I just stuck with it. And I just absolutely love what I do.
And what age groups do you have? Are you a child care office or family dentistry?
Family. The youngest person I worked on was 18 months old. And the oldest person I worked on was 98 years old. So, total family.
You have the gamut.
Yes, I do, and I love it.
Now, have you always worked here in Michigan?
I've always worked in Michigan. I've always worked at the location that I'm at now. I started there. I bought the practice from the owner dentist, and I've been there for 30 years.
Good for you.
Yes, thank you.
And you like being in Detroit with your business? I know, like, again, we talked about Detroit going through some economic turns, but you're sticking with the city,
Well, I believe in my city. So I grew up in Detroit. I raised my children in Detroit. My husband and I both grew up in Detroit. My parents live here, in-laws live here. So we're not leaving. We're sticking with Detroit because we believe in our city and we don't want to go anywhere else.
And can you see the change coming, though?
I can. So we're crossing our fingers and staying here and working hard to help to make our city a better place.
I want to thank you again, Dr. Gunn, and thank you. And we will see you next week with more Real Women, Real Issues.